Hello. How's it going today? Hi, Rose, if you're here. Hi, Miracle. Woo wee. It is Thursday and it's cold. It's cold. It's been this storm that's been hitting California. We haven't broke above 45 here in 3 days, and that's during the day. So at night, it's going down into the low 30s. Now, that may not sound like a lot of cold to a lot of you who live elsewhere, I know, but for here, where I only have wood stove heat, I get up in the morning and, I don't stay up all night long at my age anymore. No. When I was in my 20s and 30s and 40s, even 50s, I would get up and put another log on the stove throughout the night. Not anymore. So my dog has like 4 blankets, and these blankets called calm blankets that are just kind of like these wide rectangular, almost like mini bath towels out of fleece that are super warm, that I put on the bottom of a like $100 really nice warm blanket that's all folded up. And I put that over top of that. And then I put another one on top of him. But I get up in the morning and I've got long johns on. I've got and it takes until right about now for the house to get almost too hot. And then the wind is like going about 25 miles an hour. So, blah, hi, Ducky. What's happening? What's happening? I'm just lamenting that it's cold, man. Just let me start my timer. Just blah. But I'd like to have some fun. Like to do, like to do it up. Have a good time. I think we can. Yeah, Ducky, hi Chew. We are in so I think February is generally the coldest month of the year. And then April is usually pretty bad here as well. But man, this is, I don't know. It's just not my deal. Now, there's a lot of people out there who love the snow. They would rather it's cold than hot. Okay. Well, you know what? Y'all can have it. You want to see something cute before I get into I have a piece of business, and then I just want to show you something cute. I have 2 things that are cute. Oh, yeah. They actually even had ceramic hot water bottles that they did that with, Rose. And they were called something in particular. Not just a foot warmer. Maybe just a foot warmer, but I thought something else. Totally, Ducky, I get it. So check this out. This cracked me up. I just went and picked up my mail when I took some packages down. That's my daughter's name. It's like it's a ticket to a concert, right? In sync. And it's foiled, right? Oh my gosh, who remembers this? The boy bands. Like, this was not my deal, but as a kid, this was her deal. So I just thought that was hilarious. Just opened it. It is hysterical, Ducky. And then from my partner, one of, I know, his all-time favorite ephemera collectible pieces. Yeah. Reminds me of the Jetsons, right? Cute. My daughter is 36. She's 36. Oh my gosh. What does that say about me? Old. Blast from the past. So listen, I'm going to look at my book. I just built this. This is a piece of business, and this is important. If this person is here, this is really important. And I remember when I first saw this, I was like, what? What is that? What even is that I'm talking about on my thing? And then I was like, oh, yeah. And now I opened more of a box I keep of new stock. And I'm like, uh-oh, this is a problem. Chicka, 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 not there. Chicka, 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 not there. Dangle, dangle, where's the dangle? Don't answer that question, y'all. That didn't sound right. Just where is it? Pamela. Chef, right? Ducky. She just cracks me. Pamela. I am first off, I'm gonna blow my nose from all this wind. Sorry. If any of you saw my short that I put up like 3 days ago, and you remember how I was talking last week about that pine cone early pollination and all the fog of yellow haze allergen dust. So they're all being knocked off the tree. Great, good, because we had nonstop hail and sleet for a day and a half. It ended last night, but there's still snow on the coast. There's snow everywhere. Roads are closed here near the coast. But when they're getting knocked off, that pollen is still on the ground. And when I walk, it's going up and then it's windy. So allergies. Hey, Helen. Hello. So Pamela, I hope you rewatch. I hope you come in later. I sold you the incredible dangling brooch just about 2 weeks ago. And these are the matching earrings. And I would absolutely hate to sell these to someone else. So I want to, and they are by, hold on, I'm putting them out there, and I'm going to hold them to see if patent pending. That's all they say. Yeah, they really should have a maker. I'm going to hold them over here to see if Pamela comes. Yeah, to see if, look at that, to see if Pamela comes in and or if she's interested in having the set, because they're clip-on. But my bad. I buy so much that I forgot I had matching. That's the way it goes. Hi, Heidi, honey. How are you feeling? I see your Facebook posts, and I always try to give you a love. Okay, so these are, if anyone sees Pamela anywhere, tell her I've got the matching blue tulip dangle chandelier earrings to her brooch. And I'm just going to set them over here for now. Okay, so I'm Lucinda. It says so right there. I am in Northern California. That is where I ship from. I use PayPal to invoice you, and I currently ship using Pirate Ship. I currently do regular boxes, but once I don't do household anymore, I'll be doing a priority flat rate box type thing, small, medium, large deal, to make it really easy, and I can, put it so much more in a box, right? So, yeah. So I'm going to, if you don't know me, you've never been here before, and you bid on something today and you're the winning bidder, or you do a buy it now and you buy it now and you're the winning buyer, I need your information sent to that email address on the screen. Your YouTube name, your real name with address and zip code in one line, if you could, instead of like a traditional letter, so I can just copy and paste. Please and thank you. And then your PayPal email address on the bottom. And I really don't accept other methods of payment. But if we, if you became a regular and we really needed to discuss that, we could. Ducky, my dear, thank you. This was my mommy's. My mom is a Coldwater Creek. I call it one of my country shirts. My mom had, I think, one in 4 different colors, and I have 2 of those. And then I think my daughter has one, and my father's son's wife. That's what we shall call her. Yeah. And I mean, my mom wore hers. She had these for probably 20 years, and they're like barely used. Coldwater Creek costs a penny, but once you invest in that penny, if you like something like this, they last forever. Thank you, Helen. That's really sweet. So happy. Are you going to mod for me for a little while today? Ducky. Oh, and Ducky, I will be packing your package and getting it in the mail tomorrow. I'm finishing invoicing tonight, and several other people have paid, and those boxes will be packed tomorrow morning and taken before my sale tomorrow. Well, fantastic. Ducky is such a Ducky. I don't know where you came from, but thank you. Ducky rocks. Okay, so I said I was going to bring this every sale for about 6 times, and then I was going to put it in a new store that I'm opening. Anyone who resells who has a store, these go for huge money. I'm asking $40. They go for anywhere from $150 to $200 or more. They get scooped up immediately. This is a Grateful Dead belt buckle. It was obviously worn constantly. It has the Frida Kahlo hairdo. The teeth are worn. There's the roses. It's pewter. It's very thick. The design is by Kelly's Mouse in 1978. Grateful Dead Productions. It's got all the hallmarks on the back, made in the USA. The only thing that it is missing, and this is on almost all of them online, is that the insert here that flips over to go in the buckle part is gone. This was a weak part in the design, especially because the Deadheads wore them every day for, what did I say this was from? 1978? Yeah, 40 years almost. No, 28. More than 40 years. This thing, I found it was probably an old Deadhead who passed on, and their family was like, what is that crap? So if you resell and you already have a store, this will go immediately. Starts at $40. Yes. Are you a Deadhead, Helen? I am not. I like some of their music, their early music. I never liked the long Space Jams. I'm more of a hard rock, punk rock, or, soul music, or, on Blueberry Hill or whatever. But you give me an hour of just jamming, I'm like, whoo, I gotta go. So we'll start with that, and it's out there. Now I'm gonna move on. Next item is a huge bag of pierced and wire earrings. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or 7, and 1 or 2 single earrings in this bag. They are all probably 1980s, and this bag is a buy it now for $15. And there's some cool pieces in here. Hi, 710. What's going on? Helen, I bet you're freezing. Here I am over here complaining about being cold. And I'm thinking, I'm just realizing Helen lives like where it's cold, cold, cold. She must be like, Lucinda, knock it off. So I thought this was really cool. Hold on. And I did. Oh, Steph. Okay, Steph. All right. I thought this was really cool. But what I want to say about it is it looks like, I'll get back to you in a minute, Steph. Hold on. Is it looks like opal, right? And I was like, what? And so I even did a dive on like, well, how do you, because I don't have a Presidium yet, but I will soon. How do you tell, a real opal from a fake opal? Like, if there's foil underneath here. And then, so I learned how to do that. And then I tapped my teeth on it. It's a plastic. So it is foiled underneath. It is a plastic. I just want everyone to be clear, but it looks like opal. And anyone who walks by while you're wearing it is not going to know the difference. Yep. And they're earrings. There's two. And there's this one. Stud earring. I mean, there's a ton of them. Honest to God. Enameled. Uh-oh. Let's get rid of that. Ban user. And delete comments. Woo! This is a like ceramic style flower, not ceramic, enamel. I'm so sorry. That threw me off. It's really cute though. There's just so much in here, and I don't want to spend all my time on that. There's this one. I really do think they're all 80s. And they're all pretty small and dainty. And for $15 for the amount of earrings, I thought, you know what? That's reasonable. Thank you, Ducky. That's some kind of light yellow stone. Probably faux pearls, but I can't be sure. I don't think it's, anything like expensive. Or there's little tiny flower with rhinestones. There is the hanging pearl in a cage. You get the idea. That's a single, and there's one other single. And there's still a couple other pairs in here, I believe, that I didn't show you. So that's a buy it now for $15. And if you still go to the office or you sit in meetings and you need to, and you like to wear small dainty earrings, I think it's a pretty good deal. So Steph, maybe it's your home. So we can go ahead and count that down to Steph. Steph, I couldn't believe it when I found this. I mean, I couldn't believe it. I mean, you could just have it to just love on if you're a deadhead, or you could pay to have a new buckle soldered in right here and wear it. I mean, these, because you Steph, I'm so glad. Here's this dude again. What they must have it's a bot. It's a bot because it has nothing else to say but that. So once that is handled, we will continue counting it down for Steph. Thank you, Steph. Good Lord. Is it gone? Yeah. Yes. Yes. Well, just delete it though. Do you know how to delete it? Here, I do. Maybe do you not have that entire privilege? I mean, you go to you so I don't know, Ducky, what you do, you don't ignore them. You go to the three dots by their name and you go to ban user and delete their comments. Now, see, here's the problem. They keep coming back with, I don't want any of the comments on here. It's not about ignoring them. It's about getting rid of them because they're taking away from my time. And if we just keep getting rid of them, at some point, they're like, yeah, I'm not interested. Yep, I blocked it. But they kept coming back with a different ending. Okay, so I think I blocked all of it. You are doing it, Happy. My goodness, and I did too. Okay, did we get to the sold for Steph? I have no idea. Ducky, I believe you. Oh boy. I totally believe you. And I mean, I could have. Oh, well, there you go, Steph. I mean, that's an idea. I didn't. I was just like, blah. Oh, what? Who the heck is that? This is like deliberate, right? Spammer help service. So, was that like a deliberate thing? How much do you charge, huh? After you spam me. That's hilarious. Sorry, I have to laugh because come on. It's so obvious. So I'm giving y'all a minute to report it and then delete it. And as far as I'm concerned, this is sold to Steph. Thank you, Steph. Steph, let me ask you a question. And my chat is now not moving. It is genuinely funny. Steph, do you want me to just go ahead and send this to you as opposed to, so I do 2-week builder boxes, which you know, and this is still week 1. Then there's week 2. Then I bill out in the 3rd week. So there would be a lag of like up to 3.5 weeks before you get it. Do you want me to send it sooner? Because I can send you an invoice today or tomorrow. Okay, that's what I figured. That's why I asked. Okay. Okay, I just made a note. Got it. Thank you. And I don't know, because of all that was going on, if it was officially happened that it was sold or what, but there you go. Thank you, Steph. And just because I didn't see it, because let's make it official over here. I totally believe you, but I'm because Ducky is on it. I don't. You guys, Ducky is just like this person who just showed up. I mean, because I never even put the starting price on the screen because the spam and then the helper who came in completely distracted me from everything. Okay, so moving forward, I'm gonna go back and go through kind of quickly. So not that it matters to y'all, but I spent some time this morning crying about my dad. His transition anniversary is March 3rd. And yeah, I just indulged myself in looking at the photos of him in his bed at my family home right after he transitioned, and some videos and, you know, some other stuff, and spent some time crying. And so now I'm not going to do that, but I'm going to try to go through this box of some jewelry from my mother. That's not my style. And just move it out because someone else needs to love on him. Yes, it's true, Ducky. But I don't want to do subscriber only chat because there's often times where I come in to someone else's sale and there's people there and there's questions I want to ask, but I'm forced to subscribe. And I don't want to be forced. I want to subscribe because I like you and I want to keep getting your info, right? So far. Okay, this is going to start at $10. And it's a keychain. And what I just noticed is it's carved natural substance. And doesn't that look like a bear claw to you? I bet this is from the desert region, which they always went to. And this is $10. Buy it now. Looks like a paw. Yep, sorry. Buy it now. See the striations back here? And if I put the black light on it, I'm sure it would glow. Interesting, no? And so they went through, and it's just on this really soft leather. I mean, it's like butter. It's like butter. And it's about 1.5 inches. And then just some orange glass bead and 2 large silver spacers. I'm sure this came from one of those little shops. And whether it's actually a Native American carved piece or not, I have no idea. Because, after my mom passed, nothing in 2023, nothing was touched in her drawers or her closet for the most part at all. So I'm going to put that aside. Yes, I have bears. I definitely have bears. I'm going to put that aside. And if anyone is interested later, please let me know. Yeah, except for a very few things, nothing was gone through. My dad could not bear it. And so, oh, these are really good though. Uh-oh. But I just noticed something that makes it different. Okay. So until I was clearing out the whole house, no, that's not true. About 8 months before my father passed, we got caretakers who had to come in more often so that I had more time to myself. They just, sat and made him dinner and till he went to bed, whatever. And one of them stole a bunch of my jewelry and my mother and father's high school rings off of the light that he had at where he sat to read books when he ate his meals. Straight up. She was a B. She was a capital B, this woman. And then turned out she was a thief. So ring cameras went in too late, and I gathered up all the jewelry and put it, hidden and locked up. But I didn't look through it until after my dad passed. I mean, yeah, the whole thing sucked. Okay, so these are going to be a buy it now for $14. They are earrings, blue glass. These are, they say they're 925 on them. They do indeed say 925, but I haven't tested them. And my testing kit is actually over in my huge dining room table that is going to get downsized because I've been going through and sorting all my inventory. And I have several things coming up. And then this is the front. And at first I thought, uh-oh, that may be some incredible stone, right? Maybe silver wrapped. But then I turned it over, and it's got that on the back. So, whoa! So it's just painted kind of oil slick blue beads, right? Blue glass beads, teeny tiny lever back is what I call them. Earrings. They're really pretty. And so my mom, people were always giving her jewelry. She would buy stuff when they traveled in the desert. And then she just put it away in her drawers and in these boxes that weren't even jewelry boxes, and never wore it. I'm not kidding. Like, someone probably gave her these, and she might have worn them that day, maybe one other day, and that was the end of it. Heidi, it was the worst thing ever. There's multiple things I could say about it, like, but I won't. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. There's ongoing drama from a controlling, lost sibling who just makes my life a living hell. So, still, and it's just about control and money. And I'm not about money, and I'm not about control. So these say sterling on the back, and they also say, hold on. R large J A, maybe. Again, I haven't tested them. They are, again, most likely from the desert. And they're very interesting. These are, yeah. But I have so much family stuff, and I just, I mean, I could keep these if I, let me change the ring light. I just want to, my mom would be happy that someone else is going to enjoy these. She was happy having them, and will be happy that other people enjoy them. I don't like that color. So they're malachite. Golly, come on, focus. What's the deal? Okay, that's just driving me nuts. Sometimes it's the color of my ring light, and sometimes it's a big old unknown what the issue is. These start at 18. I really hope that the malachite is actually showing, because I feel like the depth of colors, which malachite doesn't always have, there's some of it. It's really nice quality, and it has a cutout right there, almost like it's meant to be 3/4 full moon. I think these are probably Native American. $18 starting bid. They have a high dome. Like I say, I haven't tested it, but either my mother bought it or they were given to her as a gift, and she kept everything forever. They have the much older backs. So I'm going with 1970s. Yes, they do. And whoever RDJA. So these start at 18, and I don't understand. It's usually not that bad. It's really bad trying to show lines. So this is that green malachite with lots and lots of white and light green banding. And then they have the notch cut out. And if these don't sell today at 18, starting bid, I'm going to do, and this one is missing its back. I'm going to both test them and do more research, and they will come back at a higher price. So they're going to go over here, and I'm going to move on to a next item. Thank you. Ducky, I'm just checking. Are you putting in the price, or am I putting in the price today? Or am I just not seeing the price going in? I saw the blue glass, but I didn't see these. And so for people who are re-watching, they often are like, where's the price? And I want to drag it over to the screen, which I forgot with the blue glass earrings. So let me do that. The blue glass earrings were buy it now 14. You did put that in? See, I don't see that on here at all. Let me go look. Because I was having this problem on Doug's channel yesterday morning. Yeah. No, I was having, okay, I'll put it up here and we're doing it. Yeah, mine were not showing yesterday. More than half of what I put in was not showing up. And what I finally figured out was if I typed it on my phone, it showed up. If I did talk to text, it did not show up. And then sometimes I saw held for review. It was really weird. So, it's not your fault. Something's going on. That's why I was checking. Okay. So is this a single? These are two singles. 1, 2. See, my mom kept everything. And these are like singles. It just makes no sense. Bless her heart, man. Okay. These are going to be buy it now for $10. These are definitely older. Probably 1970s because we grew up in the hippie Berkeley. It's only the one. It's 2 different earrings from the 1970s. So if you need beads, those are really nice round turquoise. Probably, I'm going to go out on a limb here and say they're old enough that they very likely could be hand carved, not machine. And then they have that typical silver spacer. They have a beautiful old piece of, let's let this thing catch up to itself. I don't think it's coral. I think it's jasper because it has a black band on it. Another piece of very light blue turquoise and the liquid silver beads on the top. It's probably, this is liquid silver. These might be silver, sterling silver. And then this one with this. This is interesting. This is turquoise with like the black matrix, almost like the horsehair. But I don't think there's such a thing in the turquoise world. I don't know, but I like that bead. And then this is coral. So the two together. Oh. So Rose, you bought these. Good for you. It's only one of each though, Rose. Are you clear about that, honey? Yeah, it's only one of each. I don't have a pair. If I had a pair, I'd be starting these at probably 25. This one. Rose, honey, darling. Are you sure, or do you want to retract? Because you may not, I don't know if you craft. I don't know if you have a use for these beads. And if you want to retract, go ahead. I'm going to give you an opportunity here because you may not have caught that. I know often I'm watching a sale and I'm doing a million other things. But, you know, yeah, you can also do that. In the 70s, I did that and I had, you know. You do. Okay, Rose. Thank you, Rose. So first off, here I am. Look at that. I buy it now. And then Rose put in 10. Sold to Rose. I can do it correctly, y'all. Okay, putting that in a bag. Thank you again, Rose. These are really sweet. And the one is definitely older. Heidi, do you have bears where you live? I think you're in this more in the city / country, so I don't think so, but one never knows. Okay, what else? I don't know if there's anything else in this little box right now that, well, these are in here. These two things. And the rest is stuff that should go in a crafting lot. The odd things my mother kept. These are going to be, these are really cool enamel copper earrings on, I think these are probably sterling silver wires, but I haven't tested it. So these are going to be a buy it now for $10. Here are the long wires, and I haven't tested it. And it doesn't. There is maybe writing, and these are copper. That is a blue and white, sky blue, over a thick piece of copper. Artisan made, so 1970s. I would suspect this is probably something my mom might have picked up for herself early on when we moved to Berkeley. Maybe even from a street artist. And they're pretty thick, and I gotta tell you, aren't they the size of a penny? I have that copper penny cuff over here. I'm gonna check. Yep, they're exactly the size of a penny. And I'm wondering if I think they are pennies. Thank you, Ducky. She had a style. And there's the back. What is with my, it's see that? I almost feel there's a wash on there, but I almost feel like you can see the penny part on the back. Yeah, there's even, yes, you can. You can see how the back is there. I can see the building, and then I can even see part of the date. Down there. So, my mom was a total artist, yes. So these were buy it now for 10. My mom, she did every kind of art, and she was just naturally talented. And we're from the Carolinas and Kentucky, and then back to Germany. My father, England and Germany, and my mother had a voice. And often when people would call when I was a teenager, they would say, "Is that Joan Baez playing in the background?" And no, that's my mom. She played guitar and she sang. So these are a start of 12. And these are 12 hanging earrings. Buy it now. These are hematite. What is with my ring light? I'm hating it today. Hematite. Could be silver spacers. Could be sterling silver right there. Don't they? They look very Irish or something. I don't know. Well, that's not helpful. About, an inch and a quarter long. The wires are just wires. The hematite is very thick. And I am saying that correctly, right? Hematite? Because hematite is also a medical instrument. Isn't it the gray? The shiny gray? Is hematite correct, y'all? Always correct me, please. Oh, you're an artist, Ducky? I'd love to see some of your art. I have some of the weird photos that my mom, they're not weird. They're really fun and interesting, but different over here. And I've thought often about making copies and selling them, for like a couple dollars over the copy. And we had a dark room when I went to, thank you. I went to alternative schools, and the junior high school I went to, Odyssey, had photography as a class. And they gave us the old Brownie cameras. If you signed up for class, you were given a Brownie camera in its case. And then you could develop pictures in the darkroom at school. But my mom got into photography, and my dad built all of us a darkroom. And so not only me, my father's son, and my mom developed, but all of our friends came over, and we used that darkroom all the time, doing all these incredible black and white photos. But hands down, my mom did the best. And after she passed, I had to leave a lot of it behind. There was just too much. Okay, so I'm going to, is this a pair? This is a pair. These can be a buy it now for, this can be a buy it now for $5. These are definitely some older original. They're very stiff. So they're super tightly beaded earrings. No, I would say these are Native American beaded earrings. 80s or 90s. Buy it now, $5. Look how beautiful those are. The reason why I said that is because these aren't these the colors of like the Navajo flag? And I see this like the New Mexico. I've spent a lot of time in New Mexico, so I think so. But Lord knows, I've been wrong before. And the other reason why I think that they are done by Native Americans and probably came from Arizona, desert area, Utah, is because they're pulled so tight. My friend used to do beading, and it was never this tightly done. They're about 2 inches long. And it just has that classic orange, yellow, red, and the purple and blue stripes, like a flag. Right? How big are they, Happy Ducky? These are so pretty. They are 1.5 inches long, and they're only barely 1/2 inch wide at the widest. Oh, well, there you go. No, these are, see, like these are shoulder dusters, right? And you've seen my hair down. These are just going here. So, yes, because of the black on the bottom, unless you had your hair up in a bun, which would look really pretty, they would get washed out. But $5 for these, I think these were probably 20, 25 new. Okay, so we're going to move on to other things. Thank you. And you know what? Someone was saying, I was like, these are just plastic. And someone in the chat like a month ago was saying, no, I think those are horn. And that might have been you, Ducky. Oh, Zin. Zin is in. And I'm not putting you, y'all. Ducky, you're supposed to yell at me. Thank you, Zen. Hi, Zen. How's it going? People are supposed to yell at me. When I don't put the stuff over there for the recap. Thank you, Zen. They were my mamas. So either you keep them, or if you sell them, you get what you need to out of them, okay? Oh, yeah, I understand. So anyway, Ducky, was that you saying I think these are horn? Because I took them off after that. I got them in a big lot wherever, who knows, during the time when I was taking care of my dad. And I just slapped them on because I loved the cut and how long they were. And then I took them off after someone said that. And I was like, yeah, those are 100% horn. And they are. I love these. I wear them a lot. Yeah. And you were right. And I was wrong. And that happens a lot. Thank you, Rose. And just as a reminder, we had this bear paw keychain. Zen, I don't know if you were in here or not. It's really nice. Okay, we're going to move away from my mom's little things to something else. I'm just trying to think where to put this. I'm sorting. But it's a good thing because I'm getting everything in boxes it needs to go into. So that's a good thing. So this, thank you, Ducky. Thank you, Zen. This is going to drop to $15. It's the soldered penny bracelet from the 80s, copper pennies. We had this whole talk about the copper penny. It's a cuff. Oh, I will, Ducky. You mean in that style, Ducky? In the beaded style? Or do you mean that she made, or just in general? Because I still have a whole huge box. So these are pennies from 1978 to 80, soldered together. It is a cuff. And they used copper solder, which I actually think, or maybe it's flux. There's one of them that it is copper. Might be flux. Not sure. Okay. Gotcha, Ducky. It is upside down. It is a 7.25 at the moment, but it could be smaller. It could be a tiny bit bigger. Could go to a 7.5 down to a 6.75. It's a little loose on me. But because this is artisan made. I would not, I would gently manipulate it once to your size and then leave it alone. Okay. Well, there you go, Heidi. Okay, so no one's really been liking this, which surprises me just a little. Copper is really hot, and it's in. Okay, so we can pass on that. And if someone watches, I don't do recaps, so if someone watches the replay and you're interested, let me know. This is another earlier copper and brass cuff. It is a double design, and it's thick artisan. It starts at 18. This one's heavy, and you can see maybe here's the thick copper, and then there's where it transitions to have the two brass kind of herringbone pattern inlay over the copper. There's the inside, and the cuff is just cut off and kind of taken down to a little bit of an angle right there. It dips in just a little bit, but this is smooth. And the size that it's sitting at right now is too small for me to get on. So let's see, what does my ruler say? What does my ruler say? Well, my ruler says 2 and just over a quarter and just under a half inch. Yeah. So, I mean, that should be a 7.25. So, yeah, art is fantastic. My mom taught me a lot of art, and she taught my daughter so much art. My daughter is also very artistic. So this is a thick one, and it's never been manipulated. If I wanted to warm this up and open it, it would fit a 7.25. Currently, I would say the opening, thin wrist, a 7 or a 6.75. And again, it's a heavy one. It's very solid. It's a lot of copper, and it's done really well. Definitely reminds me of Telegraph Avenue. Okay. So, and that was that. Yeah, my Lord, you guys. Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, this is totally whomsoever, howsoever. Yep. I think all jewelry is, but this in particular is very unisex. And because it's so thick and heavy, you know, I could just like ride in a motorcycle. Vroom, vroom. Boy, I'm glad I don't ride on the backs of motorcycles anymore. Okay. So these two, hold on, is it 2 or is it 3? 1, 2 pieces. Oh, keep encouraging her, Heidi. Keep encouraging her. I mean, you know, My daughter started with crayons and Play-Doh and, just like epic messes on this little picnic table thing that one of her aunts gave her. And my mom kept encouraging her. And then we built an easel, which, her older friend's dad built his daughter a easel, but he was from England, so he called it a weasel. So she called it a weasel. So then my daughter started calling it a weasel. So, we just kept going with things like weasels and paints and whatever. And to this day, she's really good at it. So the both of these together are a buy it now for $12 because they are vintage, and I've had them in my eBay stuff from when I had a store for a long time. There's two. Buy it now, $12, because they are missing things. But if you're an artisan, if you don't care, I actually didn't notice this one until just now. Or maybe I used to know and I forgot. So this is, copper. One of those earlier, like 70s. Probably 70s, maybe 60s, maybe earlier. Because of the black behind it, it might be earlier. It's a bangle, but look, right here, one of these came off. I am not, and right there, one came off. And I don't do this kind of metal work, so I can't fix it. But the rest are on there. 1, 2, nope, 1, 2, gone. Hold on, let me see. 1, 2, 1, 2, gone. 1, 2 on, 1, 2, gone. So there's 4 on, and then 4 gone. But you can see the shape of it, right? So it's weird. It's like, did they change their mind? I have no idea. But it's still, and there's the solder. Where'd it go? A little bit of solder to put the two pieces together. You can feel it, but it's not uncomfortable. It doesn't go over my hand, so I'm going to go with that. It's a 6.5. And the other one is just this thin. See how thin this is compared to this one? Normally, they're more like this or a little thicker. They're not heavy duty like that. This one is a cuff, and it had something here that is gone. Probably a faux turquoise looking bead would be my guess, because on the inside it says genuine copper, which is something they started saying in the 80s. And you would pick these up at, again, the little stores, your local, like little boutique stores, but also the little Route 66 and the other, what is that, 75, 78? I forgot that goes through Arizona, New Mexico, Texas, all the little Native American stores. They started saying genuine copper. So, this doesn't, it's not really a big deal. It's a cuff. But they're both missing something. So, but here you are. You could Gorilla Glue anything you want right there. You have like an odd little small piece of something. Put a piece of something with Gorilla Glue and it will be yours forever. Fits me, or it could be smaller. 2, buy it now, 12. Okay. I'm not going to spend a long time on any of that. Okay. Moving to something totally different. So this is another thing. I'm going to do this is $2. And the only thing about this is that if you want this in time for St. Patrick's Day, and I didn't. Oh my gosh, you guys. So on the replay, That's how much they are. This time I'm going to do it first. Or I'm going to do it as soon as it comes up. If you wanted this for St. Patrick's Day, the plastic enameled green post 4-leaf clovers, these are $4. They have a lot of depth and a lot of pretty color. I would almost want to ship them out to you. I would not wait. Next week is the end of week 2, build a box, and then shipping. Well, you would still get it by St. Patrick's Day. But if for $4 it was something you really, really wanted and you wanted me to charge you shipping just for this, I could. But I don't think it's necessary. Now that I'm looking at the calendar and I'm realizing that week 2 is ending on the 27th. So whoever bought these I would do your invoice first. I'd put a note there. Do your invoice first. You pay it, and then you'd have these by St. Patrick's Day. Yeah. So look at that. Acrylic clover. Buy it now for, because I'm over there staring at the calendar, and rose bottom for $4. No rush. You're Irish every day. Are you really though, Rose? I don't have any Irish in my family that I know of. I mean, unless it's just like a cousin or, I do. The only other place where it's possible, so no rush, I see that. Yes. Yes, I can, Ducky. And I got it on the screen. I can. Thank you. I'm starting to see your comments now. Or your comments. Whatever. I'm starting to see everything you're putting in. Thank you for checking with me. Yeah, because it's weird. That was happening to me. I said so many things. Thank you, Rose. I said so many things to Doug yesterday. I would watched him for the whole 3 hours or something. And yeah, I think 1/3 of what I said came across, which was probably enough, right? But nonetheless, it's like when we're on a multiple reseller platform and we think we're talking, but we're talking to ourselves. So yeah. Okay, so remember everyone, I do not do recaps. I just grab and keep going. How about this? This is going to start at 14. It is a good Lord, what is wrong with me? This is a enameled flower brooch. 14. This is the back. Typical 1950s swedge. And I've never looked up why that slight triangular shape is called a swedge. I just know that that's the language, and so therefore that's what I've always said. Swedge. Someone, this is definitely from the 50s, someone did us all the courtesy of filing down the pin so it doesn't stick out. You can see it's, or I can. It's all off center and sharpened. So someone sharpened it and they made the pin not so long. So that was nice. And this is the front. And I think this is one of the most beautiful ones I've ever seen. Here, look at that. Look. Ooh, I did it. I love it's not mint green, but it's in between like a mint and a pastel. And then the petals are doubled, and it's just a little bit different than usual with the cream. And then this inside, the stamen. I just think I think it's beautiful. And I have quite a few of these. So, but this is one, it's one of my favorites for sure. I've shown this several times. So, we're right, that you know what that means, right? We're right up on me keeping it. It's got a lot of depth. I mean, look at this shirt. I've got this more modern one, this French courting couple, this beautiful copper, incredible enameled work pin, and upside down, probably 90s crown. So that's 4 brooches I have on this shirt. So it's not like I need more, because I don't. I just don't, you guys. I just don't. It's 2.5 inches in diameter, and it stands up almost an inch tall. It's pretty dang impressive. Oh yeah, on a hat, and it matches this shirt. So it would even look cute as a hair thing. Ooh, problem. Okay, problem. 14 starting bid. Uh-oh. That makes me nervous. Now I'm like, geez, dear Lord. Am I going to keep that thing? So not supposed to. So going down here, I'll show it one more time later if someone doesn't come in and claim it. And then, no, God, oh no. Okay, this is, I just love this to death. This starts at, this was in my eBay box forever. This starts at $16. I don't know who the maker is. I believe, based on the construction, that it's from the 50s, but it could be into as late as the 70s. It is a short, I'm calling it enamel chain, and it's on my helper Molly. It is a navy blue. And I will take it off and show you more of the details. It's really well constructed. There's the clasp. Let me take it off and show you. There's the clasp. So it has these round gold tone. And then I truly believe that this, good Lord, hold on, this. I truly believe that is just enameled on. I do not think it's lapis. But the construction, number one, doesn't feel American. And number 2 gives me much older vibes. Also the fact that it's so short. It's a really nice piece, which is why it's been in a box for so long. So how long is it? Well, let's find out. Comes right down to here on me, which means it is 16 inches. And it's just small and dainty. It would be great all by itself. Let's move little my baby Ganesh out of the way. Be great all by itself or layering. Your choice. And it's just your classic clasp. It does not have a maker. And I mean, I bought this, in the early 2000s, and I wish it had a maker, because I believe it was probably a higher end department store piece. It is meant to look like gold, but nowhere on here is it stamped. So okay. We will pass on that for now. You know what it was, Heidi? It was called a swedge. Swedge. And I think the spelling of swedge is SWEDGE. Swedge. And yeah, I don't. So, for instance, is swedge a shape? Does anyone know? I don't know. Okay. This is vintage cinnabar, hand knotted. This piece starts at $65. Swagged. I want a swag bag. This is vintage hand knotted cinnabar. The clasp is incredible. That really dates this, and you can also see kind of the wear to the beads. And it starts at 65. And these, if you look these up on oh, thank you, you guys, I appreciate that. So this cinnabar, I wager that it's antique. And if you look these up, you will see that these sell for a good couple hundred. So what is Ducky telling us? Oh, ta-da! So that actually, the reason why it probably stopped being done after the 50s is because it was more time consuming and there was extra metal involved. And so instead of doing that, let's just glue the pin back on the back. Yep. Thank you, Ducky. So here is the cinnabar hand knotted in between. I'll show you. Carved, and I know this. I know exactly what this is because first off, I already knew the minute I saw it, and secondly, because of where I purchased it. From someone who really, really knows their stuff. It's quite long. Let me show you in more detail the clasp. And this is one of those pieces that will probably, it's starting at 65. Look these up. I'll tell you how long it is. Will probably wind up going in my store. Although you never know, people are starting to surprise me and buying the more expensive pieces. Yay, thank you for that. Because I do have them and I do sell them. So it's 12 inches long on both sides. So it's 24 to 25 inches long. And if you look up, what is with this? Cinnabar like this. Go do just look up antique cinnabar. I'm trying to, there you go. It's Chinese in origin. You see like the little flower. I believe that's a flower, but there's a symbolism here. And I don't remember what it is, but you can see, or at least I hope you can, that this has been around for a while because the beads are worn where the bump out, it's hand carved, where the bump outs are, it's the red is lightened, it's off colored because it was worn and it was loved. Cinnabar, as far as I know, is a type of plastic. And Becky, hi Becky, what's going on? How's it going? Becky, aren't you on? No. What? No, not today. That's someone else I'm thinking of. How's it going, Becky? It's a beautiful piece. And you see the thick, thick red cotton cord in between. It is so hard to show these. I think cinnabar. Yes. Okay. I am right. Okay, Becky. I thought I saw that. And then I was like, but wait a minute. So she's coming on. Okay. 6 o'clock our time. Then, okay. That's where I got confused. 6 o'clock our time. I thought that you were, when I saw it, for some reason, I thought you were coming on at 3 o'clock Pacific time. Hi, Kat. How's it going? And yes, you have a sale as well. And then you see that clasp. Isn't that lovely? This clasp is really old and very cool. So you just push down on here and it comes out. It is a very unusual clasp, and I almost wonder if that's not a maker's mark. I didn't look it up, so I don't know. And I also am unclear and haven't tested it. It has no markings, so I'm just going to say that it's a brass. Let me get my magnet. Let me get my magnet. Nope. It has no magnetism. So, and the way the clasp is on the top, it's almost, well, it is. That is an overlay of wire work over top of lines of wire. So, yeah. Don't know, y'all. Don't know. I'm going to be selling with Becky and Karen Chasing Vintage in several weeks. And while it's going to be very early in the morning for me, I'm excited about it. Those are two ladies who have been my reseller friends and my friends' friends who I used to talk to all the time on the phone for years. And then my dad died, and I don't know, I shut down. So I'm excited about it. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to move on. But it is here, and it's both beautiful for you. Where did my bag for this go? It's both, where is the bag? Don't tell me I don't have a bag for this. Oh, there it is. It's both beautiful for you to wear, for you to invest in, and if you're a reseller, there's room on the Barbie. So, Heidi, let's look it up together, because to me, this was sold to me by a seriously very well-versed reseller. And my remembrance, I'm going to look it up on my phone, my remembrance of Cinnabar is that it's a type of resin. Okay, so plastic isn't the right word, resin. And these are so old that they feel more like wood, but I don't think so. So let's look it up. Cinnabar, just in case I give you beads antique, just in case I ever give you guys another quiz on Friday of like, hey, I've been no, it's not a type of plastic. It's a resin or a look for tool marks. Yeah. The age of Cinnabar carved lacquer is not as important as the quality of workmanship. This art form has remained essentially unchanged for centuries, and some pieces carved today are very high quality. That's a page I don't need to be at. What is technically Cinnabar is crystallized, mercuric sulfide. It has been used for thousands of years as a coloring agent because of its intense red-orange color. Commonly, it's on vases, snuff bottles, and other objects made of card layers of red-colored lacquer. So, is it toxic to the touch? Well, it says anyone handling any mineral, especially cinnabar, should wash their hands and exercise caution. Sometimes cinnabar is found with droplets of native mercury in its pure form on the surface. It should not be handled because native mercury is easily absorbed, blah, blah, blah. What? I've never heard this, and I worn cinnabar, and I'm just like, what? Shouldn't be cut or ground without water to prevent the inhalation of particles. Ground Small amounts is unlikely because harm, because it'll just pass through your body unaltered. Okay. Thank you. All right. The latter two are not formed. Okay. This is not that. Good grief. I'm like, what in the world? Talk about freaking me out. Okay, that's my dive into Cinnabar. I'm like, should I go wash my hands? I'm like, what? I'm doing one more thing and then I'm moving on. I'm like, yeah, so should I wash my hands? This is crazy. Okay, there are wood. Okay, so this is wood. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I'm like, come on. Rare. So the one, just like what I have, is $150 carved wood. And this one feels like wood to me. It doesn't feel like lacquer. That's like, well, it's resin, it's a certain compound, but this one feels like wood. So that's what I'm going with. I'm glad we went down this rabbit hole. These are wood and they go for $150. And typically they're from about the 1930s. Okay, there's also, God only knows, 460, 135, 300, 160, do your dive. Get back to me. There's 3 beads I just found for $38. So, there you are. I am okay, Kat. I'm like, all of a sudden, I'm like, oh my God, yes, always red, Heidi. Always red. Yep. All of a sudden, I was like, my God, I need to go wash my hands. I'm going to die, which is like the most ridiculous thing. Kat, I've touched so much cinnabar, both the, resin or lacquer and this, and no one's ever said that to me, and I'm still here and I don't have cancer. So come on. Okay, this is going to go back to go in my store. Like, golly, man. Jeez. Okay. Let's do these. These are fun. Let's do these. These are a pair of, these are a pair of 1950s 3-strand chandelier rhinestone earrings starting at $18. Thank you. These are gorgeous. And these are just about shoulder dusters, Ducky. No problem, Heidi. It's like I already have so many things wrong with me at this point. It's like, are you kidding? Now I have mercury poisoning. Like, no and no and no. No and no. They're really well made. And the quality of the glass in these rhinestones, it's like they're brand new. So shiny. Really. That's why the price is higher, because they're just so brilliant still. So about 3 inches long, but I will double check that, starting at 18. Fancy. You want to go out, and if you were in the sun, yeah, rainbows everywhere. Rainbows everywhere. Yeah, for a bride, Heidi. or just going out for your anniversary or going out to a party, right? They are 2 3/4 of an inch long and a 1/2 an inch wide. So, Ducky, I will put it in because I don't see your comment again. Starting bid, which is fine. YouTube is having weird issues. 2 3. Oh my god. If I can type 2 3/4. Dougie, it's fine. So that's how much they were. If anyone's interested, get back to me. It's a thing. I don't know what's going on today or yesterday. And then was that the same evening? No, it was the night before. So this has kind of been going on since then. The night before, when people in just various states, including here, we couldn't get into YouTube at all. I got in through my subscriptions, but I could not get in through my channel or my username. It was weird. Okay. I'm trying to think. Okay, this is iridescent glass bracelet. Starts at $25. Nope, 26. 26. But, well, yes, Heidi. You know, I don't know. YouTube is going through something. And as all this AI stuff grows, more and more bots everywhere. It's really annoying. So $26. I've never tested this. It is wearing, I can see a copper color though on the toggle. I know this is probably, I don't know, I'm thinking like 80s. It seems to be all the original toggle and construction work. And I can see some copper, so it might be silver plated. Unclear. It's a bracelet. Now, the only thing about that, even though it all seems to be whatever, all of this seems to be whatever, but the toggle does seem a little newer to the rest of the construction. I do not think it's sterling silver. I don't. No, I can see the copper coming through. But was it plated? Who knows? And does it matter? No, it doesn't matter to me. Opalite glass, exactly. So these are just like fire opals, where it's going to have the blues, the pinks, the oranges, because it's opalescent glass and it's glass. And it's got the circles, the rectangles. So it's got 1, 2, 3 circles and 2 rectangles. And see the construction? I mean, so here's the thing. The construction of this makes me feel that it's older. You know, older as in 60s, 70s. And then the toggle is newer because the toggle just is super shiny and doesn't really have anything to do with this. So I don't know. Here's the back. Yes, 100%, Heidi. I have loads of it. See, as I move, how it changes. Opalescent glass, that's what it does. Like a fire opal. And it fits me. So it fits a 7.25. You couldn't really make it smaller, but this is at the top here. So if you are a smaller size and you don't mind something, falling down as low as that, could go down to a 6.75. Like this is, it's all the way at the top of my wrist. That doesn't need to happen. Oh, pacifying. Is that a, I'm going fast today because I want to get a lot in, and then people can email me, or ask me tomorrow, or, whatever. Oh, pacifying agents. Happy Ducky. Is that a real thing? Oh, pacifying? Because I love that word. Oh, pacifying. Oh, pacifying. What a great word. And yeah, melt glass jewelry. Heidi. Melt glass with rhinestones, clip-on earrings. And there's blue and pink melt glass as well as white. Oh, pacifying. Okay, this starts at $48. It is a incredible collector's rhinestone. Is this one? Hold on. Wait a minute. No. Well, yes and no. But I want to start this at, I want to start this at 38. This rhinestone bracelet. I need to get a little hand or something cool to model bracelets. Yep. Now, this isn't, to me, this is one of those ones that I feel is before the war. Here's the back. And I paid way up for this because this is a collectible one. This is not just your basic. This is not just your basic everyday. And the reason why, for me, see that little simplistic jump ring, so-called? To me, that's right before the war. Some people say it's early 50s. And so I don't know who's right. It just has a fold-over clasp. One day, maybe I'll do a dive into that. But that's just what I've always said. Now, here is the bracelet. Light blue. Look at these. Huge blue prong set. This is check glass for sure. Look at the shine. Absolutely beautiful. And then it's got the deep blue. I do see some scratching right there. And that didn't happen with me. I keep everything in bags. But because it stands up so high, I can easily see how that happened. And I mean, a long time ago, even just our parents' generation, people might own, like 8 good pieces, 2 or 3 sets of jewelry, and that's it. And that's what you had, and that's what you wore. So, you know, wear and tear happened even though you treated everything so carefully. There's just no avoiding it. So this is so beautiful. Look at that shine. Yeah, me too. And this reminds me of something I wanted to show all of you. And I'm going to, isn't that beautiful? I'm in love with this. And I have another one that's even more beautiful. And if this one doesn't sell soon, I'll try listing it. And if that doesn't work, I will happily wear it. Because look how beautiful. I know it's 38, but it's because it's a high end. It's a collector's. It's a, it's probably a designer piece. And it's got the really high quality glass. So it starts at 38, fits me at a 7.25, and could be looser at about a 7. Look it up here. Low crown. See, I keep all my stuffs in bags. Okay, so yeah, I'll bring this back like one more time. And if no one claims it, it's a really good deal. And then I will move on. So where is that thing? Here it is. You remember. Yeah, I'm not selling much today, but you know what? You can't do that every day. You remember how I was going round and round about those beads and if they were cobalt blue on the necklace? Well, this is a very old cobalt blue bead. Like 100-year-old Victorian cobalt blue bead. And it is dark, dark blue. It does, with the ring light, still have that lighter blue shine. This is for anyone who was here with that necklace. But it's just still a little bit darker of a color than that double-stranded necklace. So that's why with that double-stranded necklace, I had to decide that I felt as though it probably wasn't antique cobalt blue. Now, it could have still had some cobalt blue in it, but not like this one. I don't know if you guys look at this and if you have any idea what I'm talking about, and you go back and look at the double strand with the vintage beautiful rhinestone pieces and the big blue glass piece at the bottom. I think you'll see the difference. Or maybe you'll wind up seeing like the exact same thing and saying, I don't know what the heck you're talking about. Who knows? Okay. How about this? This is going to start at 25. Please and thank you, Ducky. Do you see the difference, Ducky? Or no? This is going to start at 25, and it is a thermoset necklace from the 50s. This is a type of thermoset compared to the orange bracelet that I showed, which was still lovely, but was more like a 1960s redo. This is a type of thermoset that I have been in love with. It's my favorite type of plastic, or one of my top 3. Look at the purple and the mauve purple. Thermoset, kind of moon glow, right? But it's thermoset. And this is on Dolly. My original helper. Starts at 25. And then I'm going to try to close with bringing some less expensive items for you all today. Thank you, Rose. I love this. So, and this is one I've had since I only sold on eBay. Here's the back. Now, you notice, just something you could notice. You see how it's just plain silver tone? It doesn't have like any design or anything, right? That's one way to date these. The newer kind of repops will have a design of some type on the back, just like a running circles or stripes or something. Why? I don't know. And here is this beautiful colors. Absolutely. I love this. And because it is that thermoset, it does the moon glow. Let me show you this. It does the moon glow kind of like color change. Let me show you. I'm trying to do this. So, okay. So here's that. And I just happen to have over here moon glow. See the moon glow earrings? See the difference? See how it glows almost like opalescent or something? Whereas this is like a set. It doesn't so much glow as shine. Thermoset shines. Moon glow glows. Does that help? Helped me. It helped me explain the concept. Here's a construction. Typical 1950s with a ball chain. So you can use as much as this as you want as an extender. But know that when you do that, if you use too much of it, you're now making this uneven. So, you always have to take that into account. This does not, the hook, the shepherd's hook, does not have a maker. So often these are Lisner, sometimes Coro, mostly Lisner. And it is that is with not using any extender whatsoever, and it is not right on my neck, like on my actual neck. It's right on my collarbone, so it's about 15 inches. 15 inches. Yeah. Rose, pin-up girl choker. So it reminds me of my grandma. I wish I had the earrings. I do have more purple thermoset that I just got. And it might have the earrings. This, I don't have the earrings. I wish I had the earrings for this, but I don't. So where is the bag? No, I just took. Why am I losing my bags today? What is going on with that? I always just put them right here, and then I don't know what is going on. Okay, I'll get a new one. Pamela, did you ever come in? Pamela, because I have the I didn't realize that I had purchased them. They weren't together in the same bag, and I just opened them today. Pamela, if you're here, I have the matching earrings to the blue flower brooch dangle that you bought, the 1950s with the silver like tulip flower with the blue dangles. I have the earrings. And so I would like to offer them to you first. So if you come in, let me know. So let's just do these right quick. These are going to be a buy it now. They are screw on. They're screw on earrings. Beautiful moon glow blush pink. Oh, and they have a name on them? Get out of here. That never happens. They do. There's some name or design, but it's so worn out, I can't read it. That's so unusual. Wow. So they must have been a high-end designer. I can't read it. So these are a buy it. Whoa, a buy it now for $5. Silvertown. Buy it now for $5. They're so fun. And yeah, these are 1950s. There's the bottom. Oh. Rose, this is your color, isn't it, Rose? Thank you, Rose. Okay, I'm going to continue with doing some less expensive items at the end of my time here. Thursdays I come on at 2, so my little timer is going to go off soon. It's been a slow day of sales, but it's been a good day hanging out with everyone. So thank you, and thank you again, Rose. Anybody want to see my NSYNC Valentine again? Yeah, 2001. First Sub LLC, Winterland. Did they really? I mean, it's not really a ticket, and there is. I mean, it was made for Valentine's Day. Does anyone know? Totally off topic. Did NSYNC play Winterland? Because Winterland did not exist when NSYNC was around. No, Winterland. It was in Oakland. I went to Winterland. I saw shows there. It did not exist. No way. No way. Okay, how about this gorgeous brushed gold tone calla lily brooch? Buy it now for $15. It is so good. And this you're seeing something right there, right? It looks like there's a stain or something, but I'm here to tell you, when I stare at it with my eyes with glasses, not on the computer, I don't see anything at all. So often, because we set this up so everything is like so bright and it hides our flaws, and really highlights items, something like this shows up that you don't even see with your naked eyes. So all that little stuff right there, I'm barely seeing with my naked eye. I mean, it's just not even a thing. So I just want to point that out, because I am asking 15, and it's about 2.5 inches long. And I love the shape. this is, yeah, this is a really interesting one to me. And good Lord, it's one of the ones that I swear I would wear and I would keep. Ugh, I don't need it. I don't need it. Okay. I'm going to put that down there. I don't know. How about this? When I first got these a year ago, I could wear them. And then now they're just a little tight. So I am super reluctantly selling them because I don't want to, but I have to. So this is a set of 3. Carved is a funny word for 1960s acrylic white set of 3 bangles. Buy it now for $11. Saying they're carved is a really strange thing to say. I love them. The sound, everything about them. They're just a little tight going over right, my fingers right here. And I'm at the point where I don't want to fuss with trying to get things off, with soap and lotion. And, I just don't want to. So I'm not going to. I have so many plastic bangles. And I was starting to notice this issue 3 months ago, and I was ignoring it because I have a huge collection of plastic bangles, and I've always worn plastic bangles, and I did not want to give in and get off of it, but I did. They're not seamed, so they're definitely 1960s, and they're just 3 white. They're really nice. If you like plastic like I do. If you like, and see, they're 2.5 inches, so that should be a 7.25 or, a little smaller downsize, no problem. But there's just, I think sometimes this swells up just a little bit on me, and I just, I don't want to mess with it anymore. So reluctantly, that's just from me. It will come right off. Reluctantly, these are a really nice set, and they make the greatest sound. I'm letting go of them. So there's a lot. See, if I was going to do a recap, I'd be here for another, half an hour, just going boom, 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 and I'm not doing it. Okay, my timer went off. So if anyone has come in and they think they're might be interested in something that they didn't see, that they missed, now is the time to go look. I'm going to show two more items and 3 items, and then I'm going to call it. I have more than that. Oh, no. I'm going to show 4. 1, 2, 3. What did I do? 1, 2, 3, 4. I want to show this. 4 items, and then that's it. I got to put more wood on the Barbie. This starts at $20. It is a conch shell coin purse. I believe yes, thermoset jewelry is costume jewelry. Thermoset, yes, indeed, Heidi. I believe this is antique. These were really common little coin purses at the turn of the century. And this is copper, the closure, and the banding. There is an artist's signature. So I believe it's antique. Also, look at this shell, if you will, and the hinge. However, that said, there were indeed shell stores everywhere and throughout the islands and all that. And, you know, and in the islands, there still are. So one could argue that it's, you know, from the 50s or the 60s. I don't think so. And that's just my feeling. But it's all right. Either way, $20 is a great price. Look at this. This one, they're two different shells because this one has like little purples and browns and creams. And this one is just a brown and cream, if that makes any sense. And this and you open it up and it is just the shell. Actually, there's a little like kind of rubberized plastic lining in there. This is not a defect. This is where the paint, where it was held while this little paint was put on the shell to strengthen it. So it's not a defect. And you see how they put the copper around the shell. And it's see-through and it just snaps shut. Isn't that cool? I don't think I would actually, and it's about 3 inches by 2. I don't think I would use this today as a coin purse. I would use this with pearls draped over it as a display on my vanity. I would put it, you know, in a holder and put it displayed on my table. But I don't think I would use it. And it's in remarkably good shape for what it is. Okay, so I wanted to show that. And then, no problem, Heidi, don't worry about it. And then Rose wants the lot of earrings. Okay, Rose, thank you. And let me just make sure. Yeah, I've had this sitting in this box, and I think I've only shown it twice. I forgot about it. So that's why I'm cleaning out my inventory, and I'm like, whoa, what's this? And what's that? And what's the other thing? And, you know, what's this? What's that? What's this? Rose, where'd it go? Uh-oh. No. Rose. 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 I'm feeling very confused. It should be right here. Here it is. Okay. I'm like, what? Because I finally, seriously, I've been clearing up all my inventory and putting it in the right place. Rose, you were talking about this lot with all these different dainty little stud rhinestones and and whatnot. This is, and even this is glass, that black and the little pearls. Yes? Okay. Thank you, Rose. Thank you, Rose. Rose likes dainty things. Rose, are you a dainty lady? Do you wear like, are you dainty? As in, are you a small lady and then you wear small things? I used to be very small. And then I had a kid and never again. So this can be a buy it now for, oh boy, $8. It is, I don't know the age on this. Okay, I'm not going to guess, but it's a long, extra long, like flapper. It's a flapper or opera length. I usually call it flapper. On, well, it's a faux pearls. Aha. And it has been redone, restrung, because this is the plastic fishing line. This would have been on cotton cord. Now, that's not a big deal because all that means is it's not going to fall apart anytime soon. They are like a buff beige color. And at first I thought they might be glass pearls. And actually, I got to tell you, I still think, let me do that again somewhere else. You know, these might be glass pearls, and I might be really screwing up. And the reason why I say that is because, I'll show you how long it is in a minute. I don't see, so usually when they're faux pearls, you can get a lot of scratches and paint loss like everywhere, and it's really obvious, especially when it's this old. And I'm not seeing hardly any of that. And the sound on my teeth is almost like a coating over glass, and they're very light, like hollow. So I'm not sure, but now let me tell you how long it is. Let me tell you, it's super long. Super long. And it does bring in a few other little colors. Look at that. So if you double this, look at that. I mean, I actually think that faux pearls are often more gorgeous than real pearls. And if these were real pearls, we could not afford them. And the color is not right. They are, even that's not right. They are beige. After this, we're doing 2 more items, and that's it. There you go. See, they are a beige, not a white cream. They are a beige. And yeah, flapper, opera, whatever length, and super light. So I'm going to say they're probably glass. Because I'm not used to faux pearls being hollow unless they're glass. But again, I haven't taken enough time to really, decipher that. So I can't be 100% clear. 8. Good Lord. 15, 16, 32 around one way. They're at least 60 inches in total around. So I'm going with this is probably about 36 inches long. undoubled, it would go down to my belly button. This is one of those fun ones where you can wrap it 3 times, here, and then doubled. You can knot it. You can do, all kinds of things with it. Okay, $8. I think that's a really good deal. Let me put it over here because I'm going to need to put it in a bag. It's just so big, so we can move on from that. Thank you, Ducky. And last 2 items. This one, and then we'll close on a collectible. Well, I mean, it's all collectible to me as far as I'm concerned, but Wow. Okay. Wow. I have not seen this. I haven't seen this in 25, 26 years. Sorry. My back. This is, does this have a name on it? Okay. This is a costume jewelry, pearl, and glass crystal necklace from probably the 1930s, starting bid of $20. I'll show you the whole thing in a second. You see the verdigris on the copper. So now that means the color has all worn off. It is strung on cotton thread. Now, Melly was talking about this, the clasp, the paint has worn off on the clasp. You're not going to see it. It really doesn't matter. Look how old the clasp is. Definitely probably 20s, early 30s, probably early 30s. That doesn't matter. And Melly was talking about if something has that verdigris, but I'm not sure if this is verdigris or patina on copper, okay? So to me, they're 2 different things, but maybe not. That if something has this, that it shouldn't be around other jewelry or it will get sick. But I don't know if verdigris and the green that is the patina that winds up on copper are the same thing. And I have a lot of copper that has this green on it in my jewelry box, and it never has passed on to other things. Hi, Jessie. How are you? Oh, no, this is not right. This starts at 20. Happy Ducky. I'm sorry. So that's the details. So then you have these kind of like rock faux pearls, hexagonal, like I can't even describe it. Gold caps, pearl space. Are those pearl spacers instead of seed beads? No, seed bead spacers. Here is the AB cut crystal. And it goes down. It's long. And it goes down and then has this incredible dangle going on at the bottom with 5 strands. Really lovely. I don't know if it's showing up well enough for all of you or not, but it's really lovely. It's quite long. And without putting it on all the way, because this is my next to last item, the dangles are going to fall right about here at the top of everything. So this may be a little longer. It's probably about 28 inches. About 28 inches. Heidi, they used cotton thread starting in the turn of the century. And then I think they pretty much stopped using it by the 60s because it was easier to just use metal, cheap metal to string beads on, production line wise. You had to do this by hand. You couldn't do this on a machine. So everything became more and more industrialized, and they started doing something else. So this is a very unusual piece because of these dangles. And it is glass and all different manner of faux pearls in really good condition. AB glass. Okay, this is going to be my last piece today. And then I'll be on tomorrow at 3 for 2 hours. No problem, Heidi. That's what I'm here for. It's a part of what I do. I do that more on Fridays than Thursdays. On Thursdays, I try to go faster. But you know. So this is a 1950s done in the style of Renoir. I'm surprised it's not signed Renoir copper brooch, and it starts at 24. 1950s, late 50s, because this is very much MCM, kind of atomic age. You see the design, you get what I'm saying? It's the dish with these swirled, kind of the atomic look. The MCM thing is coming in. It is probably 1.5 inches around. It is concave, the dish part of the brooch. And the pin just goes through, so that's, MCM. It's really a Renoir style, everyone, just so you know. It's not Renoir, because if this was a actual Renoir or Matisse, I'd be asking, more like 40. But it is the style of Renoir. Yeah. So there you go. And I forgot I even had this until Ducky. Don't apologize. Don't apologize. Yes, and actually, Heidi. So we're gonna close on this, but Heidi, did you know that brooches are the #1 accessory in jewelry this year? And they are the #1 jewelry accessory for men in the big fashion world this year. Yep. And you know who I think is responsible for that? Us resellers over here who are like, bring back the brooch. And we did. We did. If you look at like the fashion walks in Milan and all that. Yeah. So please go back, everyone, and look. Here's the antique wooden cinnabar beads. I have so much stuff left. But I had a fabulous time hanging out with all of you. I really appreciated it. And again, Pamela, if you're out there, this matches the brooch. And I'm so sorry. I mean, it's a separate price because I would have sold the whole set. But, get back to me. So I'll be back tomorrow at 3. And I'm going to go put some more wood on the fire and have a snack. And, yeah. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Ducky. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Thank you, lurkers. Just email me, right there if you see anything that you like or that you're interested in, please. No problem, Heidi. I hope that you get some sleep tonight. Bye.